Well, welcome to your history class this semester. I'm your teacher, Mr. Smiley, and look forward to meeting you guys on Zoom in a couple of days. But just wanted to touch base with you guys briefly, give you a little bit of information about the class. So we'll be spending about 18 weeks together this semester, and we have 6 units that we need to get through. So that gives us about 3 weeks a unit. So you could expect a test about every 3 weeks. You guys, either by choice or by parent peer pressure, have chosen to take the harder version of this class. So yes, if you didn't know, there are 2 versions of this class: regular themes in U.S. history and honors themes in U.S. history. So yes, this is the more difficult version. However, it kind of pays off in the end, because if you get a good grade in this class, it's actually worth more on your GPA. So for example, if you get a B in the class, it's actually weighted as an A. So instead of a 3 for a typical B in a class, you would get a 4. So if you took all honors classes and got B's in all of those honors classes, technically you'd have a 4.0. So kind of worth it. Additionally, one of our goals this semester is to prepare you for AP, or college credit, next year as sophomores. So this class is more difficult in that the reading expectation is a little bit more, the writing expectation is a little bit more, and the standards for the tests are going to be a little bit more difficult than the regular version of that class. So if you got in this class by accident and you don't want to be in the honors, reach out to that counselor pretty soon and transfer out. But in all honesty, I think you guys will be just fine. It's history, which is good, because that means it's not math. And God bless you people who love math and science, because I'm not good at that stuff. But there aren't any problems to solve. There aren't any equations to balance. It's just some information about some stuff that happened in the past that you need to remember. So I kind of look at my main goal or objective for this semester is to make this as painless as possible. Hopefully you guys will leave this class, because it is just a semester-long class for Christmas break, having a better understanding of what's going on in our nation's history, and maybe have a better appreciation for history in general. So we have 18 weeks together. We have 6 units that we have to get through. The first unit is the Civil War. So this coming week, we're going to start talking about the Civil War. After that unit, we're going to move on to Reconstruction, which is the time period after the Civil War, where our nation quite literally had to rebuild itself after it got done fighting a war against itself. After that, we're going to move on to westward expansion and the discussion of Native Americans in our nation. After that, we're going to move on to whether or not the United States can compete on the global stage, so a unit about imperialism. And there's my neighbor mowing their yard. Hopefully you can't hear that. But after the unit on imperialism, we will then switch gears to more economics, where we're going to learn about how the United States became an economic superpower. And then our 6th and final unit will be over World War I. And we will keep our fingers crossed. We will hope, we will pray to the gods of history that hopefully by mid-October, we're not going to be doing this thing online anymore, and we'll be actually hanging out in person. So 6 units, 6 tests, not including the final. Main goal or objective is to prepare you for AP next semester. And if you have any questions, please reach out. My email address is the first letter of my first name, J as in Justin. So J Smiley, Smiley at psdr3.org. And I hope you guys know how to use Canvas, because that's where everything's going to be. We'll see you guys on Zoom next week.